Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I'm excited to share with you one of my favorite little soft hackle patterns. For this pattern, I'll be using Semperfli Nano Silk. This is 50 denier and 12/aught black. I'll be using Togens Competition nymph hooks. These are barbless, size 12. Some Semperfli French tinsel in medium gold. A lot of stuff packed into this one. Some squirrel tail fibers for the tail of this. Some number 2 grade Hare's mask dubbing from Hairline. Some beautiful peacock curl from Nature's Spirit. And then some grizzly hen saddles. These are natural brown color. Beautiful stuff from Togens. I love fishing this particular pattern when you start seeing emerging caddises, streaking caddises in the water. Typically anytime that fish are porpoising, that you see them rising, when they're looking up, they're going to be taking these patterns quite aggressively. I like to fish these using either a intermediate sinking line, so like 1 to 2 inch per second sink rate, or else a type 3 sinking line, maybe about up to a 3 inch per second sink rate. And these work really well fishing them in the evenings in the shallows. Fish come in once the light's a little bit lower, and they feel safer to feed and to look upwards. So pretty standard to start. We'll tie our thread in, wrap that all the way down the hook shank with touching wraps to give yourself a solid foundational base. This nano silk stuff is very slick, so at certain times you will see me adding some cobbler's wax, and that just helps have a little grip on any of the materials that you're tying in. For my tail fibers, I love using the squirrel tail. It's got an awesome sort of mottled look to it, shades of black transitioning to really light brown, and a little bit longer, a little bit buggier, so it adds some good movement throughout the tail. And then I will tie in the French tinsel. It's kind of an oval shape to it, so I like to tie it in the alongside the shank of the hook, right back to where that tail just starts there. And then you can do the hare's mask dubbing any way that you like. Sometimes I do like to use a split thread dubbing technique. If you're not comfortable with that, a dubbing noodle works just as fine. Just add some of that cobbler's wax to get it nice and tacky, really stuck to the thread there. And then you can always brush this thing out to make it a little more buggier. The more this thing gets chewed up, the better it fishes. Once it's a little haggard and there's less fibers, I don't know what it is, but the fish just clobber it, so not to worry about that. This French tinsel does give it some durability in the midsection there. Don't have to get crazy with the wraps, maybe about 4 or 5 good wraps, and then just secure it in really good with your thread before trimming that off. You don't want that to come unraveled on you. I love these Dr. Slick razor tip arrow point scissors. Super sharp. Very good for any detailed cuts that you need to do. And here we're going to add a little bit of a thorax or a collar with these peacock curl strands. I love tying these in more about halfway down. You get the longer fibers of these peacock curls. So I'll tie that in, then I'll just trim away the extra. And then for a durable wrap, it's a bit of a hack that I learned. I will actually wrap the 2 strands of peacock curl around my thread, and that just, it buries the thread in there, gives it a really strong core. So if the fish bite this and it starts to break on you, that thread is going to hold true and keep those fibers where they need to be. Word to the wise, whenever you're tying these soft hackles, don't crowd your eyelet of the hook. makes a really tricky time to finish the fly, but that looks all right there. And then we're just going to prepare this saddle hackle. This is like a grizzly brown, nice contrasting colors and shades to this one, so I do like using this. I'll prep it so that I have a tiny anchor point, a little triangle to tie it in, and I'll tie it in with the feather sticking out past the eye of this hook to my right as I'm seeing this, and then I will fold that feather back and lock it in. It's a very durable, secure way to tie in these hackles, any of these feathers, and then just go gentle on it. Moisten your fingers and sweep the fibers back. Some of them will want to go forward, but that's fine. We're going to push it all back and wrap it in with our thread anyway. Can use hackle pliers if you're needing that grip. I find I get a little better control just using my fingers there, as long as the feathers are long enough. Make sure this is locked in really good with your thread, and then I give it a couple of wraps. This is a good trick too. If you crowd your eye, like I've done a little bit in this one, you can use your half hitch tool. A lot of them come standard on the end of a bodkin, and you can just push the material back gently. Give yourself a little bit more grace to make a beautiful little head on this soft hackle pattern. And then go ahead, give it a whip finish. I like to use a razor to trim this nano silk so I don't dull those nice arrow point scissors. And then I'll go ahead and finish this up with some golf thin men, right, just to give it some durability and keep it from unraveling on you. You don't need much, but that's just going to lock it in nicely like that. And this is my take on a soft hackle, hare's ear, squirrel. You got peacock herl, you got a saddle hackle. Give it a try. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please follow me on YouTube if you like what you're seeing. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the water.